Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Good evening, I'm Jen Ah. Thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. Starting off with business, sponsored by Bank of Nevada, Bank on Accountability. The Oakland A's have offers on 4 potential sites to build a billion-dollar stadium in Las Vegas. The Major League team is in active negotiations with the landlords of all 4 sites. The A's president hints they're concentrating on the Strip area.
President Dave Cavill, he wouldn't, specify which ones those were, but they're looking to have some kind of final answer if they're going to end up playing in Oakland in a new ballpark or here in Las Vegas sometime in the summer.
With the push for a waterfront ballpark in the Bay Area, some speculate the team is using Las Vegas for leverage to get a deal in their current city. Cavill says that's not the case, and quote, "We need a place to play, and we really like what we've seen in Las Vegas." In other top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. As if the family who lost 7 members in Nevada's deadliest crash hasn't suffered enough. Now officials say someone tried to scam them. North Las Vegas police are investigating allegations of a man attempting to prey on the Zacharias family as they were raising funds to bury loved ones killed in a car crash on January 29th. According to a Facebook post, the plot led to the family to suspend their GoFundMe account. 5 of the family members were buried on Saturday.
He was my hope. He was my hope. He was a big teddy bear to me. And he gave me and everybody else the best, biggest hugs.
You just heard from another family in mourning. The loved ones of 46-year-old Tanaga Miller, also killed in that horrific North Las Vegas crash. They gathered at Portals to Glory Church today to honor his memory. Despite state mask mandates being lifted, truck drivers are planning a cross-country protest against federal COVID restrictions. The People's Convoy is set to start Wednesday in Victorville, California, about 3 hours from Las Vegas. They'll drive through Kingman, Arizona, with the goal of reaching Washington, D.C. by March 5th. Over near Boulder City, you can hear those winds howling. 9 people are suffering from injuries sustained in a car wreck involving 11 vehicles on US 95. Officials report the gusts may have been a factor with dusty conditions this morning. Thankfully, everyone is expected to survive. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. As you just saw, strong winds blew through the Las Vegas Valley, wreaking havoc on the roadways. On top of roads, as the National Weather Service is reporting, not a great day for air quality or boating. The wind advisory lasts until 8 tonight. Otherwise, a clear night with temps in the 50s, which should dwindle to the 40s. On Tuesday, get ready for another hat day or pack on extra hairspray. Highs are only set to reach 59 degrees with gusts around 25 miles per hour, peaking at 40 in some areas. A cool winter-like work week with highs only hitting the 50s. In entertainment, sponsored by DiscoverYourNevada.com, brought to you by Travel Nevada. In case you didn't know, tomorrow is 2/22/22, and a lot of folks in Las Vegas plan to tie the knot on that special date. Clark County Clerk Lynn Goya says chapels are reporting some of their biggest numbers in years for February. The Las Vegas Chapel is offering a special wedding package this month, fittingly for $222, and is completely booked for tomorrow. And Andrea Bocelli turns his concert at the MGM Grand Garden into a birthday celebration. The singer brought out a giant cake to celebrate the 38th birthday of his wife, Veronica, who also happens to be his manager.
Sports brought to you by Station Casino's STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders are welcoming a front office official who has previous ties with the organization. The Silver and Black have hired Sean Herrick as a personal advisor under new general manager Dave Ziegler. Herrick was the Raiders' director of college scouting from 2012 to 18 and was the team's interim GM after the firing of Reggie McKenzie during the 2018 season.
Sports betting, sponsored by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. Golf's first major of the year is fast approaching. Jon Rahm is the 9-1 favorite at the Westgate Superbook for the Masters, which starts April 7th in Augusta, Georgia. Colin Morikawa and Jordan Spieth are next at 14-1, followed by Justin Thomas at 16-1, and Patrick Cantlay, Dustin Johnson, Brooks Koepka, Rory McIlroy, and Xander Schauffele all at 18-1. Defending champion Hideki Matsuyama is 30-1.
In lifestyle, the Clark County Fire Department adds 25 new heroes to its ranks. The department held a graduation ceremony at Virgin Hotels Las Vegas for the Fire Academy's newest graduates.
I feel slightly overwhelmed, only because there's a lot of emotion that has been built up. It's been 5 years I've been trying to make it to this moment right here, so it's a dream come true.
The recruits completed 20 weeks of training, including several live fire exercises at vacant homes donated to the department. In health, a new option if you need a COVID test. Clark County and the Southern Nevada Health District will host a free drive-through testing site this Saturday at the Winchester Dondero Cultural Center. To make an appointment, visit snhd.info. It's Black History Month, and the Las Vegas area is full of communities with deep roots, but perhaps none more than one West Las Vegas neighborhood. Review Journal's Carrie Roper explains. Carrie?
Jen, it's known as the historic West Side, with a history that runs deep and residents that have nothing but appreciation for the place that they call home.
D Street and Lake Mead, those were my cross streets. I live in a great neighborhood. I think a lot of the times West Side doesn't get the greatest rap.
The historic West Side boundary stretches between West Lake Mead Boulevard to the 95 and North Rancho and Owens. In the 1930s, African Americans were pushed to the area after business licenses were no longer issued to them in other parts of the city. Just one of the many examples of segregation at the time.
We weren't allowed into the hotels. The singers, the performers who performed on the strip weren't allowed in there. So they came and they made a little community on the West Side. So you still see those apartments, buildings there. You'll see like different names underneath the street signs. So the West Side has definitely been a big contributor in my growing up here.
Among the many historic buildings still standing is the Doolittle Community Center. For more than 50 years, it has served as a pillar in the community, bringing back memories for those who grew up there and continuing to serve as a safe haven for kids.
There are families who have come in and out of here who have made a great advancement for this community. Doolittle has created young men and young women who have dreams and produce that forward.
You can read more on the rich history of the historic West Side at reviewjournal.com. Jen?
Thank you for watching 7 at 7. If you have Amazon Fire TV, just search Review Journal to download our channel. Watch Las Vegas breaking news streaming live on your OTT device. We'll see you tomorrow for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.